In this particular video, we will look into the details of second kingdom, that is kingdom Protista. Now, kingdom Protista has single-celled organisms, and organisms will as well as be eukaryotes. So, we can say that all single-celled eukaryotes are placed in kingdom Protista. Now, the boundaries of this kingdom Protista are not well defined. The organisms are primarily aquatic, and Protista forms the link with the kingdom Monera and the kingdoms Fungi, Plantae and Animalia that are present after it. Now, since the cell was eukaryotic, so it will have a well-defined nucleus. It will have nucleus which has nuclear membrane, as well as it will have membrane-bound organelles. Now, some protists can have flagella or cilia. These can reproduce asexually or sexually. After this, coming to the classification of kingdom Protista, it can be divided into 5 different groups. The 5 groups are chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and the protozoans. So we can remember this order by CDESP. So CDESP is the mnemonic which will help you to remember these. So it will be chrysophytes, dinoflagellates, euglenoids, slime molds, and protozoans. Now, protozoans are further divided into 4 parts. The first is amoeboid, flagellated, ciliated, and the sporozoans. Now, we will look into detail all these 5 groups, and the first group of kingdom Protista is the chrysophytes. So, if we talk of the habitat of chrysophytes, these are present in fresh water as well as marine water. These organisms are microscopic and will float passively in water currents, and that is why we call them planktons. Now, most of the chrysophytes are photosynthetic, and the most prominent examples are diatoms and the desmids. The desmids are also called as golden algae. Now, talking of the details of diatoms, diatoms are the chief producers in ocean. The shape of their cell wall is characteristic. Now, cell wall has 2 thin overlapping shells, and it will be similar like the 2 parts of soap box. Silica is present in the cell walls, and due to the presence of silica, the cell walls will be indestructible. Now, if the cell walls are indestructible, then the habitats in which these chrysophytes, diatoms, are found, they will be leaving behind a lot of cell wall siliceous matter of this cell walls, and that is why we say that cell wall deposits will accumulate over billions of years, and this is called as diatomaceous earth. This diatomaceous earth is used by us. It is gritty, and that is why it is used in polishing and filtration of oils and syrups.